Well, good morning to you. This is Denise from Brazil Farms. We are a cut flower farm, nursery. We have a teaching garden, and then we are creating a native and a wildflower pasture in the back. And back there, it only gets the water that the good Lord sends, but it holds that water. So we're trying to learn what plants can live in that condition, either drought or boggy. So, but he created Florida, so there's bound to be some plants that can live there. Well, it is 5:30. I think it's 5:30. I come out here at 4:30 in the morning. We're early risers here. Husband has to go to work, and so I use, sorry about that, that's my dog. I use that time to get out here with a flashlight and get some work done instead of being out in the heat of the day. But I just wanted to show you how I spent this last hour. It took me 1 hour to do this, and it's just an example to me about how if you allow wrong things in your life, how they can take over. And it's so much easier to nip it in the bud. I'm a huge Barney Fife believer. Nip it in the bud, nip it in the bud. Because if not, it takes over. And I'm going to show you what I get to do tomorrow and show you what I did today. Okay, here we go. Okay, this right here, this is called Bahia grass. And then there's other weeds involved too. And they have found the smallest cracks to get in. Well, some of these are actually holes where I put plants, and there are plants under there, so I have to be careful. But this is what happens in that black fabric when you use it to put it down. And if you leave a hole for them to get through, this whole section, back section over here, this is what it looks like. So it's taken me an hour to get from here to right here. 1 hour to do that little bitty strip. See how much I've pulled up? And this is by no means are they cleaned out. It's going to take me, I mean, look at that strip right there. That they overlapped, but yet weeds want to grow, so they're going to grow. So it's going to take me at least tomorrow. Well, I said I was going to work on that other one, but now I got to finish this. Not only do I need to finish it, I need to plant something in there so this won't happen again. And that is so the way of life as well, not just out in the garden. Sin wants to grow in our life, or bad things want to grow in our life, and we have to nip it in the bud, and we have to correct it, and we have to clean it up. And it needs to be daily. When I get this under control, what has happened is I bit off more than I could chew faster than I could do it. And of course, I do that all the time. I am 58 years old and am just now putting this into practice, trying my best to say no more than this. Like, I was going to till a whole section and do rotating flowers over there. I don't even have this under control yet. And so there's no way I'm moving forward until I get this under control. But start small, clean up an area in your life, and move on to another thing. And you can start multiple things at once, say exercise and nutrition, and you want to start learning for another job, or increase your education and learning. You can read 10 pages a day. Everybody's got time for 10 pages a day, or 10 minutes, depending on, how fast you read. Read for 10 minutes. Work out for 10 minutes. Try to change your coffee to tea, or add good new herbal tea to add nutrients to your life. It doesn't have to be, I've got to do carnivore. I feel so much better on carnivore than anything I've ever done, but it's not sustainable. God gave us all this food. He wants us to eat more than that. But life doesn't have to be so drastic all the time. Consistency is key. It's very much key, and it's something you need to continue doing. What are you growing in your life that you want to get better at or become very different? You could be an accountant and and want to grow that. You can be just whatever you want to do. You want to do something completely out of your field of range right now. Tell me what that is, and how are you doing to improve that? Because I think that is where the encouragement comes from, is seeing people taking one step at a time. And I do want to encourage you, because while this is, oh my God, it's heartbreaking. It is so heartbreaking. And at the beginning of the hour, I was frustrated. At the middle of the hour, I almost cried, but it's the end of the hour. And I only do things in hour increments, because if I were to stick on this all day, I would be just even worse. Anyway, so I go on to now an hour's over, I go on to the next thing. When I'm really tired, about 10 o'clock, and that means I've been out here since 4:30, I usually do some stuff inside for the first hour and a half. But by 10 o'clock, I'm tired. So what do? I go work out. And not only does it give me a 15-minute rest driving there, but then you get there, you work out, and bam, you got energy again. Come back, put an hour or two in, and then I take a break for a couple hours and come back later in the day. And that is what you have to do sometimes. Sometimes it can't look just all at once, all day long. You have to figure out what works best for you and how you can achieve your goals. It's not, I will say, for me, breaking it up like that, it works wonderful for me. It works good for my brain, because I get tired of something and then I just want to quit. And that's just the way I am. I'll do something and just quit. That's why I will say that I've always thought farming would be good for me. Or I loved being a stay-at-home mom, and I homeschooled my son. I had a job as well. I had my own job, but I was very flexible because I could keep changing. My brain needs some change. I can do something. It's so weird. I can do something all day long. Like, I love to pick the deadhead stuff and pull the seeds out. And I can sit there and do that for a couple of hours. So I can do mundane things like that, but then I want to change quickly. So I guess that's why doing stuff like this is excellent for me. Sorry, big old truck going by. I don't know how much noise that causes for you. I'm just on my phone. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm just hopefully encouraging somebody to reach for their goals. And if you want to know some more things about gardening, I do have a Facebook and Instagram page, Brazil Farms, Breazeale, Brazil Farm, not with the S, I said farms. But I'm on those places, and I talk a little bit more about gardening and stuff. But more importantly, I want you to figure out what you want, and in my opinion, what God wants you to do, and lean into that. We've all been given gifts. We need to turn those gifts into skills, and that's where your dreams come true, is when you grow your gifts into skills. Y'all have a great day. Okay, bye.